Okay, everyone, my name is Betsy, and I'll be your moderator for this study. I'd like to thank you for participating and remind you that your participation throughout this is entirely voluntary, and you may choose not to answer any question we ask. The purpose of this focus group is to gain a better understanding of what consumers look for in their smartphones. I'd also like to stress the importance of hearing from everyone throughout the time we have here and just remind people to be aware of how much they are talking. Also, please refrain from side conversations as we want to be able to hear what each person is saying. So, if we could just go around the room first and say your first name and your age. I'm not part of it, but I'm Betsy, I'm 21.
I'm Jeff, I'm 22.
I'm Dan, I'm 21.
I'm Kirsten, I'm 22. Mary Kate, I'm 20.
Valerie, 21.
Willie, 21.
Catherine, 21.
Jenny, 21.
Alright, cool. Okay, so then, if people are willing to share what kind of cell phone you currently have, assuming you all have cell phones. Doesn't matter if it's not a smartphone, but you could just say what kind of cell phone you have and maybe one thing you like about it. Open-ended. Don't have to go in any particular order.
Samsung Galaxy Nexus, and I liked it because it was a Nexus phone and I got it.
Is it not a Nexus phone?
Well, not a new one. Not the new ones.
So what about Nexus do you like that made you want to buy it because it was Nexus?
Pretty much not.
Just because of Nexus, so maybe brand loyalty, is what you're saying?
No. Just that it was like no bloatware anyone.
No blowware?
Bloat
Bloatware,
Yes.
okay.
from the carrier.
Bloatware from the carriers, okay, got it. You wanna tell us about your?
I have an iPhone 4. I don't really like it, but I switched to it because a company that I thought I was going to work for said, hey, we run iOS only, you should get an iPhone. Okay, and they're like, just kidding, you can't work for us. So, that's fine, like, switch networks and everything, so I'm a little salty apparently. So, but other than that, it's all good. I have the same phone Jeff has, and I really liked it.
Why don't you like the iPhone?
I really don't like it because I don't like being locked into Apple's. I'm more of a Google kind of person, so I like the fact that it can integrate easier with Gmail and apps and that kind of stuff.
Okay,
Instead of having like standalone apps come with it.
alright.
I have a Motorola Android, and I don't remember what it's called exactly. But Razer, yeah, it's the Razer M. Thank you.
I was gonna say that
And
earlier.
I like it because the battery life is really good. It lasts like 2 days without me charging
Nice.
I have a fossilized Pantech slide phone. And I don't like it.
I like the fact that you show the camera in it too. Like,
Yeah, very good demonstration.
It's a work of museum.
So, for the record, that is not a smartphone?
No,
No.
very dumb.
Do you feel left out because you don't have a smartphone?
Very left out.
I feel left out that my phone isn't out on my desk right
If you want to display your cell phone on your desk, you can do so.
Or like an airplane attendant.
Yeah, exactly. Alright, what kind of phone do you have?
I have the iPhone 4, so well, I like it. I've got it because my whole family has iPhones, which is not a very good reason, I guess. And I have a Mac, laptop, iMac. MacBook, that's what I mean to say, and they sync up nicely sometimes.
So kind of the same thing, you like the Google with your Gmail and Mac with your iPhone. Alright, cool.
I have an iPhone 4 too. Like also,
Or two, I
just
don't
also, in addition to the book. And I got it because the company my mom works for, they get like a special it's really cheap situation. So our whole family has iPhone 4s. So it's a good reason because it's a really popular reason. Joke. And I like it. I went from having like an outdated BlackBerry that was like my dad's phone, and then he had it for 5 years, and then it was my phone, and so it didn't really work very well. And it was like before BlackBerries had to have a data plan, so it was like a not smartphone, and
That's the same deal. A BlackBerry without any data.
yeah, so they're the worst. And people are like, oh, that's a cool phone, and I'm like, no. So,
I also have a droid whose name I don't remember. Yeah, I just have a Motorola phone because my dad used to work for Motorola, so we all have Motorola phones. Yeah,
so your whole family has them.
exactly.
Popular reason.
Or we're all just really, yeah.
I have absolutely no idea what this one is called.
It's a
But it's not a smartphone.
not a smartphone.
No.
You see what the manufacturer is?
Pantech?
Pantech, okay.
You got some pants there?
Well, Pantech seems to be taking the market for non-smartphones. Is there anything you...
I like that it has a keyboard. Other than that, it doesn't really do anything special.
Nothing? Not even...
Besides text and
Text.
Oh, it does have a camera, but I've never used it. It's not like a good quality at all.
Can I see that for a second? Just like.
Yeah,
I
now
have
you
that.
Pantech twins.
No, I have this before. I have this one. Just from that series.
Just for like my own understanding, for people who have the iPhone and I guess for the Androids, so those are the two, we have Android and, okay. Are you operating on the most recent operating system? Did you guys do the update with iOS 7?
Yes.
Still in 4.3.
4.3?
I don't think I have any more
Are you asking me?
Do you have 4.2.2?
I don't have the newest operating system.
Is that just because you didn't get a notification about it, or?
Yeah, I'm still waiting to get.
Okay, that was just like, I don't know, something to keep in mind. So who do you guys see as the leading manufacturer of cell phones, or what are some big names? Apple, obviously.
Samsung from the Android side of it with all the Galaxy phones.
Agree.
Did you say agree?
Agree.
Agree. Okay, I've never heard that one. Pantech, anybody? No? So that's it? Some Apple?
Motorola, I guess. I have lots of them.
Motorola, yeah, 2 people here at Motorola, so. Okay, well, why do you, beyond just because people have them here, why do you consider them to be leading manufacturers of cell phones?
They're always coming out with new models that are always updated. There's always like some small change that makes it a little newer and a little better. There's a lot of models out there and a lot of options for people.
Apple has a lot of commercials. See ads everywhere from both of them.
No other comments? Okay. So I guess this doesn't really apply to the non-smartphone people, but, well, is this your first smartphone? You guys? No.
Mine is.
No.
Right? Yeah, first one.
Okay. So then if you can think back to your first one, which will be easy for you, what made you purchase your first smartphone? Like, did you do a lot of research beforehand?
Yes. I had, like I said, I had a Jeff Song. It was on Verizon, so it was like one of the first Verizon 4G phones. And it didn't have a lot of bloatware, so you could it was like the pure Google experience.
Your Google experience.
There's a marketing speak for it. That's not the case, I think, for a lot of Android phones, because they all have like different carrier apps, or everything like that now. It's like, if you want to sell a phone, it has to be like pure Apple, you can't do nonsense.
Okay. Is there any, I guess maybe a more open-ended question is what features do you find important when you're buying a cell phone in general? So you guys can answer now. Yeah, just features in general. I don't want to give examples because
Screen size and quality.
Screen size and quality. Get that in. So we have some soft talkers over here.
I got
I break everything, so durability.
Durability.
Say camera.
Yeah, good.
Quality of camera.
Yes.
Battery life.
Battery life.
And like the speed of like how quickly all the things work.
Processor.
All the stuff.
Okay. Technical terms.
Processor, RAM.
Yeah.
I like the Android operating system, so I don't know if I would like go iPhone.
I like the availability of apps for the iPhone.
And like size is important, like that it can fit in my pocket. Cause they have like this really, they have like the really big ones now. They have the tablets for like that really big phone, and they market it as like, oh, look at how huge this phone is. I don't need that.
I don't need that. Yeah, I don't.
Security satchel.
That was giant phone.
It's coming back. So,
I just think it'd be weird just like talking on it, not just sitting in your pocket. Just
you got a big phone.
what?
Kind of. You got kind of
Yeah, but it's not this big.
Yeah. Fair.
So are those the only features that you guys like? I mean, what did we talk about? The specific features you like about yourself?
Oh.
Besides.
I think it's really cool that like, if you own an iPhone, that you can go into Apple, because Apple stores are everywhere. You can be like, I messed this up, or you guys didn't give me a warranty on this, and you complain, and like, Apple stores for me have been here and this, but it's like, there isn't a Samsung store or an Apple store that can go and fix. You have to call into whatever, Samsung or LG or whatever. So I would be like, oh, it's shattered right after I walked out of the store. Give me a new one.
I know firsthand trying to deal with getting your phone fixed or getting a new phone is a lot of work and a lot of hassle. So I think like looking at reviews online to see what people are saying, how long their phones are lasting without breaking is probably a pretty big factor.
Kind of back to durability again. With that kind of goes along the lines with the customer service of the company in general.
Sorry.
No, that's fine. That wasn't the question. I was just saying. I don't know if that's particular to the phone itself, but that is true. It is good customer service. So iPhone people, how likely are you to buy another iPhone when it's your, time to get a new one?
What's the scale? Like 1 to 10? Very likely, not likely.
I mean, I guess I can give you a scale. No, but really, like, not at all likely, somewhat likely, kind of on those lines.
You're gonna kill me? You know that was on camera, right? Like your death threat is like, it's right there. So if I drop tomorrow,
Camera's
Dr.
still
D's not
rolling,
gonna be
right?
the only one. So Dr. D, death threats on camera.
I think I'm very likely to buy another iPhone because I like it, and once you like it's hard to like transfer your apps and your contacts. I would think for like a Droid phone. I got a lot of them at the same time.
Oh yeah, you keep looking at your phone, think it's not phone. It's not.
I probably not buy an iPhone.
And why is that?
I just like, you can't pick default apps, so like, if you want to, say you click a link on like a website or something, it always will open up in Safari. Or in an email. So if I had that in Android and I had either Gmail open or like Microsoft Exchange or something like that open and I click that, I can choose which of my web browsers I want to open that. Like Chrome by default, or there's a browser called Dolphin Browser, so I can have that open in it. I don't, like if I want a different texting app, because I use WhatsApp a lot because I have European friends, as opposed to just iMessage, like it's the only texting app you have by default. So pick the default apps.
You say?
I'd say somewhat likely. I haven't done much research on the newest iPhone.
And it pisses me off that they changed the plug, or like the charger.
Oh, yeah.
And one of my friends just got a Droid. I like it a lot because it's a lot more customizable, like you were saying. So I don't know.
Do you know what kind of droid it is by any chance?
Great.
No, that's, I mean, that's good, it's just kind of a curiosity thing. So is it just because it's customizable, or are there particular features you were like, oh, that's really cool, I wish my phone could do that?
I really like the camera. It's really stupid.
That's super.
I like the Gmail thing. I also like how this, what's the word, like corresponds to my laptop, but I don't think it'd be that much of a setback to have.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you that, if that would be a difficult thing for you, yeah, then with other people, are you likely to keep going with the Androids, or, yeah?
Yeah, I like it. I haven't had any problems with my phone. And I just think they're probably less expensive than getting an iPhone, which I would like. And I don't know, I just think they break less frequently, especially the screens. Because you always hear about like iPhone screens shattering and things like that. And like there's a whole huge market of like cases for iPhones and things like that. So I just like that my phone is just like good to go. You don't need all that extra jazz. So, yeah.
Droid, yeah, you buy it again?
I'd buy another one. Maybe not buy Motorola, but another Android.
Just because you're satisfied?
Yeah, I like it.
I'd stick to Android.
Kind of seems to be like the Android versus Apple war here, essentially.
Versus non.
And, I mean, yeah, we do have good representation of non-smartphones here, so I guess, like, for those of you who are kind of loyal to one or the other, what would be something that the competitor could offer that would make you want to switch, even though you're kind of on the edge? And non-smartphone people too, like, you don't, how about, what's the reason now that you don't have smartphones?
It's mainly like the family plan.
Family plan, okay, yeah.
That is cheap.
Okay, so it's money, essentially, yeah. Okay, no, I get that, I'm oldest of 5, so we've just got smartphones. So if that weren't a factor, do you think you've been persuaded enough by other people? Beyond just getting a smartphone, like, have you settled the war in your mind, the
No.
Android, iPhone?
Actually, I think when our contract's up, either like my whole family's gonna get a smartphone, or just like my sister and I will get a smartphone. But I have no idea like which one I would get, like Droid versus Apple. So
You
I'd
plan
have
to do a lot of research?
Yes.
Yeah, alright, cool.
Yeah. Talk to people, do research.
Would, I don't know if this is a leading question, I don't think so, would the fact, you know, if you renew your contract, certain phones are free or for $1, would that weigh heavily on your decision? Or would you, you know, if the iPhone were $300 or something versus an Android being free, or vice versa, I don't know.
Probably that would make a difference. But it also depends on like how old like that processor is, like in the smartphone.
So processor is
Yeah.
something you.
So if it's like a very old version, but it's like free versus like a newer version that was not as not that much more expensive, I would probably go with the newer one.
Okay, so price
'Cause it
isn't
would
like
run-
the
no, it's not
number
the
one.
only factor.
That's, you're smart. Any additional comments?
The one that's waterproof and scratch proof looks really cool.
Waterproof and scratch proof.
Yeah, there's one they had like a testing site near my house over the summer where you can go to the mall and like run it underwater and then see if it'll still work and then like pour sand on it and see if it scratches at all. I didn't go, but it seemed
The top of the town.
It was really
It
cool.
worked. Good. No, it
Wait,
sounded
what phone was it?
I don't know.
So one
That's
that's
sort of
waterproof
Android.
and scratch proof. I
So Galaxy is
Oh,
for.
one of the Galaxies.
Yeah, that one.
Sorry.
Okay, so then back to the original question. iPhone people, what would make you go Droid, and Droid people, what would make you go Apple?
I think like before I got this phone, like my phone, like so the old BlackBerry, like it still worked for like certain things if it didn't work. So like the camera didn't really work that well, and then like it was like the trackball one, and so like the trackball didn't work. But then also like the down arrow didn't work.
So you can only go up
You
and
can only
then
go
down
up.
and not
You gotta like to go. So then
Would
like,
you hate people with like Z in your phone contact?
Just like all the way
So,
through.
going up.
like the big problem was like, so it had like all the like apps on the screen, and you would use the trackball like get to them. It was like since I couldn't go down, I also couldn't go left.
This is like a terrible game of
It was the worst.
Only go up.
To go to, or no, I'm sorry, you couldn't go up because like you could go down. So to
You
like
go
if it ever
down
went
and
too
right.
far down, I had to go back up. I would have to turn off my phone. I would start the like setting in the top left, and then it could scroll. It was the worst. So I like imagine that like I haven't like experienced that with the iPhone, but like if you could like make a phone that like functions of it wouldn't break, or like I don't know, so that like it didn't, just so that like the phone was like really good forever.
Okay, so a phone that's really good forever.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would buy that.
So you wanted to just die at once and everything
Phone
else.
that's really good forever and can go up and left and right.
So basically, number one is I can go down, you can go.
Yeah. Like no, and like no
Cover
track.
those
So
functions.
you want your phone.
You're in. I'll be sure to port that to
Yeah,
Droid
that
for
would be
you.
I got that. I know.
Perfect phone.
Perfect phone. So on the other side, is there anything that Apple could offer you that would make you go Droid?
I'm probably gonna switch regardless. So in order for Apple to keep me, they would probably just have to open up their OS a little bit more, kind of be more Android-like, I guess. Because their camera's already good, the durability is okay for me. But
So you really don't like Apple.
I mean,
And you
I'm
had
more
both.
bitter towards the company that was like, hey, come work for us, and Apple just kind of got the flames sucked out from it. But I will say that one thing that I like more about Apple than Android is my dad's in like the case manufacturing business, because he's a manufacturer rep for people. So like people that buy Androids or buy Apple help pay for my college education. So like either way, I don't really care. I only do that look.
Okay. Kind of an unrelated bias, but
Hey, you
that's
know
cool.
what? My smartphones
Smartphones are good.
in cases.
Make me a specific case for this.
All right. I'm in.
Other people, what would make you switch to the dark side, so say?
Yeah, I don't think I would. I don't know.
And you two both have Androids, right?
Yeah.
So there's nothing Apple could do that could give you.
I mean, like free phone giveaway. That would probably be it.
Never.
I just have no desire to. I don't see myself as an iPhone person.
Okay.
Just out of curiosity, what is the iPhone version?
I don't know, I
like?
just-
Is that
yeah,
how you live
iPhone
like a
people-
homeless man right now?
Yeah.
Okay,
well,
no, that's fine. That'd be a good. Yeah. What is an iPhone person?
I just feel like I just see a lot of people tweeting about how great their iPhone is. Like someone tweeted the other day, like my biggest pet peeve is when people don't have iPhones. And it was like a serious
Really?
It was a serious tweet. And
Sorry,
then,
buddy.
So, yeah, that I don't know.
So kind of their general population and.
Yeah, I think it's like a
It's
pull,
a
and I
turn
just
off,
don't put
like a
that much
pull, okay.
into my phone. I don't want to think about it that much, I guess. So, yeah.
So it doesn't really necessarily have to do with the phone itself for you. It's just kind of the culture. Does that apply to other Apple products, or is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay, yeah,
Like I have
like
PC
MacBooks,
too. Like I just don't
kind
have.
of.
I'm not a Mac person in general.
Alright.
It like might come from like Samsung did like that, like the commercials when like that like make fun of all the people waiting in line for the new iPhones. Kind of like, so there is like that like stereotype, like it's not just that this one has.
Yeah.
Support group.
I know tons of people that like just got the new like 5 or whatever, and then the 5S is coming out, right?
Yeah.
And they're like, I'm gonna go get it anyways, and I can pay like $700 even though I'm not renewing my plan, and just like, I don't see
Yeah.
the like need for that. It's definitely part of the like Apple imaging culture in general. So
Not a friend.
Yeah,
A friend
so-
like will
yeah.
answer if you don't have iMessage. She's like, I don't like to look at texts that aren't in
That
iMessage.
are green, that
Yeah.
are green, green is that ugly?
Oh, people said that to you?
Yeah.
Oh, that, you
I
should
don't
know.
care about the. You know what, dude,
We're
like,
not friends anymore.
Sometimes there's like an option to send an iMessage as a text message. Sometimes I do it, just to throw people off.
are you still friends with them when you take them off?
wait, there's a difference between like,
iMessages are blue, greens are text messages. So you show green.
why is it
It's kind of like BlackBerry Messenger too,
Oh,
like, just so you can feel part of the cult, really, so.
Oh, one thing, FaceTime is super awesome because all of my family has iPhones, and so my brothers wouldn't know. I wouldn't be like, hey, you want to Skype? Get on Skype on your phone or on your computer so we can talk, because I have to ask you questions real quick. My mom doesn't know what a Skype call is, but like, she knows what FaceTime is, either because it's built into the OS or because Apple does a really good job marketing. I don't know, but it's like, oh, Dan's FaceTime with me. Happy birthday, what's up? Versus like,
yeah, that would be a nice thing for
Yeah.
Android.
like it,
So just something that like,
Hangouts though.
yeah, Hangouts.
Oh,
But no one knows about Hangouts.
Yeah, maybe it should be more, I don't know, like what you're saying with how the FaceTime is built in as like a primary function of the iPhone. If Hangouts were kind of maybe
Yeah.
publicized
I
a
had to
little
get
bit.
Hangouts from like App Store.
Which reminds me of a Hangout in an hour.
So, you kind of said this with the phone that's waterproof and scratch proof. Are there any other really cool features that you've seen for cell phones that you would like see in a cell phone or in your phone?
There's like, okay, maybe you guys don't know, but like that thing where like they put the 2 phones on top of each other.
oh,
like
like sharing.
What, I don't really know what that is,
Bumping.
but
Bumping,
what is it? What is that?
Sounds
Yeah,
like
it's
a
called bumping,
dance
right?
Beaming.
Beaming, yeah.
Beaming, bumping,
NFC.
NFC.
What does it like do?
There's a chip in your phone
Photos.
that like is like, hey, let's talk to each other. Let's be friends. So
It's on like a map or a web page or some, you can send photos on if it's a newer one.
Exchange
Samsung,
contact
Samsung.
information too, I think, right?
Yeah.
It's like if you just meet someone instead of, oh, what's your number?
So you're at a bar, can we
New pickup line, maybe.
well,
It bumped me.
so
Sounds like a bad 90s dance move. Bumping.
Bumping? Bumping and grinding, I think it is.
we're finishing.
Bumping.
Caleb, this is getting out of hand.
Oh,
It's any better, it's really beaming.
Beaming.
wow. She got hit in your heart, let it out, dude. No, but there's a Motorola project called Project Aura. I'm in the beta test.
What's it called?
But it's got
Project?
Project Aura, ARA.
Oh.
And so
Might not take
what it
this
is,
over,
it's a modular phone. So like if you want a better camera, they're like little Lego like.
Oh, I saw that.
triggers
I didn't know
pop out.
Motorola picked it
So it's
up.
like, oh, I want to have a better camera. Like you take out your camera and code it with a better camera. Or like they showed like old people who had like a huge battery and like the dialer, and that was it. Or like someone who's in tech had like bigger RAM, a better camera, and beaming. So just you can do what you want.
I mean, that kind of goes to what you were saying. So, like, not only if it's something you like, but if something breaks, like if the camera breaks on your phone, then you don't have to get an entirely new phone.
Yeah.
You could just, it's kind of like, I don't know if you
Yeah.
guys have seen it, it's like a puzzle essentially. You can buy the different parts as long as they all fit. It's like a block and the motherboard has holes in it, and then you just can put the different pieces on it just as long as it fits on it.
For
That would be cool and very cost saving, like as time goes on and your like phone processor is slower or whatever, you could just buy a new processor and
Yeah.
instead of buying a whole new phone.
You don't need to get the 5S, you can
Right.
just like
get the
that
5.
and then just
my
put that on your
5S.
thing. So customizable phone, that'd be.
If you guys want to make that, like, get on that.
Maybe-
That's some competition.
I didn't know. Did Motorola for sure pick that up, or
So what
I
happened
just saw it
is
on an article.
it's called Phone Blocks, BLOX. Motorola partnered with them because they didn't want to buy it because they wanted to make it as open source as possible.
Okay.
So like Motorola is developing the first test units and like helping develop the website where you would buy these modules, but they're trying to like release it to work people. So the beta test right now is just, they ask you a question and you can take, it's called snippet. So you take a picture, you take like a soundbite or a selfie if you're like, oh, I'm really excited, and you can send it to them with like, basically a little bit longer than a tweet saying what it was. So I was in Chicago on vacation and I took a picture of like sports teams because they had like the Blackhawks Cubs socks, and I'm like, if I'm visiting a new city, I want like that city's module. So it's like Chicago module, you have maps, like attractions, stuff like that, instead of just like, oh, what is there to do, where should I eat? It's like a module that can tie into your Facebook. Like people from Chicago can say, hey, here's what I ate, whatever, here's
Like
what I
a
like.
couch surfing,
Yeah.
like that. So I'm hearing like customizable, indestructible,
Long battery life,
long battery life.
like super long. Mine lasts for like a day,
That's pretty good.
yeah. Like I charge
It's really nice.
Maybe
having-
That's a really smart.
Yeah, having a 2-day battery life is really nice because if I like come
Don't
home and just like fall asleep and forget to plug it in, I'm not like panicked in the morning that people aren't gonna be able to get a hold of me, or I'm gonna get lost when I'm trying to go somewhere. I don't have
Sense of
maps
direction without your
or a
GPS.
sense of direction.
I mean, yeah, I guess the customizable thing kind of takes care of all of that, because, you know, battery life, just get a new battery, camera, just get a new camera. But like, assuming this doesn't catch on, this customizable thing, are there any other things that you would like in general? I don't know, you can get kind of crazy. Are there any phones that do like a hologram image or whatever?
Someone paid you
It's like Xeno.
to use their phone. 'Cause, like, if Google's taking all my data or Apple's taking all my data right now, why don't they just give me the phone for free and like study my habits so they can sell me other projects or products later or other services later?
They are
Like,
doing
I want
that,
something
but you're
for
also
now.
paying for it.
Yeah, so it's like, if you're gonna take my stuff, that's fine, just let me know and I can get rewarded for it. Like, just taking my stuff. Obviously, it's not gonna happen, but it'd be nice.
So you're saying like a free phone would be something you would want?
But like, okay, you get the free phone, but then, not saying the more you use it, but like, the more data you send us, either about like how many snaps you send a day, like how often you're on the internet or whatever, like they could pay you for that. I mean, don't give me that. Same
I mean, because I
yeah.
think cell phone companies and companies in general are already doing that, and you're paying for their products, so I don't see that future,
What I'm
but
saying is like, someone who could disrupt the market. I'm not saying it's gonna work or it's gonna be cost effective, but I would definitely be something like the customizable phone to at least get my attention.
yeah. Alright.
There's like.
I said get out there if you want. Be crazy.
I think there's like, I don't know if it's a phone or if it was like a tablet or something that does like 2 apps at once. I wouldn't mind at that. Or like 3 apps.
All of the apps. Multiple things at a time.
That'd be good.
It'd be
That
cool
would
if
be
you
good.
could like hook up your iPhone monitor with your laptop monitor or something, and you know how if you have like 2 screens, you
Yeah.
can like drag
Oh.
from here and
Or just like an HDMI kind of thing, so like you
Yeah.
go to your computer or go to like a TV. That'd be really useful for like a business meeting actually, because I know a lot of people are doing phones. Got that one? Okay.
Well, wireless charging is cool. My friend had it on his Nokia and he was like, set it in a little, it was a little chair. And it was like that. And you can like literally set it like that. It was a phone chair. They sell
You guys
like
seen
little
those
sack ones.
cases too? I think iPhone has a case. You can charge the case as well, so it's like a backup battery. So like if your phone dies, then you can turn on your case and it'll recharge it.
I want that.
You want that?
I want that too.
Solar.
You want a Switch
Ooh,
now?
Solar power.
You're gonna Switch?
I don't want to
Crap, yeah. I like a hologram or anything. I think that'd be sweet.
What would you use it for?
Like FaceTime?
Do you want to FaceTime me?
I would be cool for. Well, like if there was like a screen.
Just
on
like
the
walking
back,
around.
A
that
screen
was
on the
like a
back,
hologram.
Yeah! Then you could definitely do multiple apps at once. It's like,
Yes.
Oh, that'd be
oh, actually, not a bad idea.
I know
like
why.
an intensive DS phone thing.
Because you're like playing one thing over here and then boom, texting.
I need boom texting. Remember that? Boom texting.
What would you call us at your phone? It's a new
Boom
flip
texting.
phone.
Be like iPhone, but then like a second I at the end.
Now we're marketing.
Accounting, maybe? Yeah, not marketing. That's,
Yeah.
iPhone on.
Double flip phone.
It's like, yeah, it brings a whole new meaning. Flip phone. Flip
I
it
had
over.
this is not gonna make any sense to anyone, but it was a Samsung alias, so it flipped this way for the actual phone dial. and it
Yeah,
flipped
I
that
know what
way
you're talking
for the-
about.
Oh, I've
For
seen
the
that.
text, so my friend called it the buy phone, so I had the buy phone for like 2 years.
Transformers. What if they're like Transformers though? I don't think I'm allowed to be giving ideas,
I
but
want
like
that.
I just think these are
I want that.
If there's a transformer phone, it's probably gonna take over the world. Or shoot.
business over here. Like if like little like you
Like
like
an
your
old
phone's
phone.
over there and you're like I wish I had my phone and like little legs came out.
I like where this is headed. Let's get
America's
crazy.
obese enough as it is. We need to be like, phone.
So when you're laying in bed and like your phone is like on your table, like, what gets you out of bed? Like, oh, I need to text someone.
Or like,
It's so far away, and then you fall asleep, or you get up and go get it.
or like it could hover above you when you text, because have you ever like dropped it on your face
Yes.
if you're like laying in bed texting?
That's true, that would be a nice feature.
Or like if it could like charge
So
itself.
we have hovering charging phones that walk.
And produce
This is some
holograms.
Harry Potter.
That would be
Or like,
awesome.
it's not just holograms, what if they're like projected? Are there phones that do that? Just shut up, that's a feature now, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a
That would be cool.
Samsung has a phone that
Wait,
projects
what?
it.
Has a projector built into it?
Oh, no, not like projector, like, oh, you do a PowerPoint. She's talking like
No, yeah.
Yoda shit.
No, I mean that, but also projector. Because like if
I
you're
love
laying
that
in bed
face.
and your phone were on the table, it could just like project it on the ceiling for you instead you could read it. But I think I'm supposed to start wrapping up.
Like that one.
So
Wait, I have one more. Like
Oh,
what if what if it charged like it had like a cord that went into the wall, like it could charge itself.
Oh, so it walks to the
So
outlet.
like
It's
so
like,
it walks over to the outlet and then plugs itself in to the outlet.
An outlet-seeking phone.
Yes.
so it's kind of like the automatic
For you.
vacuum, but
Last time.
I would switch to Droid for that.
you would switch to Droid if it would walk to the wall and plug itself in. Is that
Would
the
it
only
just like
thing?
sit there, or would it have to like dance for you while it's plugged in?
That would be fine.
Alright, so
Sean,
Billy wants a
phone,
walking
phone.
phone that plugs itself in and has a screen on the front and the back.
But
Totally
that
realistic.
first one is
New
good.
product.
Willie,
That's
may
actually
or may
I
not
kind of like that.
The screen on both sides.
It's like cars before that.
Probably also. Okay, since we kind of didn't really go to the specific questions, but we kind of just talked about it anyway, are there any closing remarks you guys want to say about cell phones, smartphones, more crazy thoughts like that?
hovering, walking,
Hovering,
singing
walking, flying,
phones.
cell phone.
Could it do well with me karaoke? Is that a cool feature?
That would be awesome.
You want your cell phone to be
Siri
your
could
friend
probably
as
do
well.
That's
Siri do karaoke.
it's not like that.
Email
I'm
her
just
about
like
it, so-
four, so I don't even get Siri.
Like smart house.
Smart house.
Smart house phone. If it like knew what you wanted.
It's a Disney Channel movie.
Or if you wanted to like make it all.
Yeah.
Smart house.
Oh, we've seen it. Okay, yeah, with that, just want to thank you guys for your time and opinions. I know it kind of went a little longer than anticipated, but